It's important to test lenses in locations that they'll succeed in. You don't want to show them in mediocre conditions. I've never done anything like that. But for this time, we're testing the Fujifilm 10-24. And I wanted to do that somewhere big, somewhere that felt massive and larger than life, so we can show the capabilities of what it really looks like at 10 millimeters. Somewhere like a crater or a massive landscape wide or a crater sounds good. So let's test this lens where it's meant to be used. For the most part, the Fuji 10-24 is one of my favorite autofocus capability lenses. The Fuji 16 1.4 just kind of hunts and you can hear it clicking and shaking. The 10-24 is really, really easy on the focus. So when you're in this kind of a setting, just hearing the crunching of my feet and me talking, you don't pick up anything from the lens itself. I'm not a vlogger. I'm going to keep saying I'm not a vlogger while doing really vloggery things and keep testing things for the rest of us. But I really hope these shots are worth it. I'm shooting on the X-T3, which has no in-body stabilization, but the lens itself does have its own stabilization. So at 10 millimeters, super wide, it does a pretty great job of stabilization. Whether you're handheld or just using the strap for stability method, it does a really good job. Combine that with 60 frames a second, you get some pretty smooth handheld footage on a body that does not have any internal stabilization. Regret isn't the right word, because I don't regret going down that. But yeah, walking up the crater is not the most fun. How do vloggers do this on a constant basis? Like, do an activity with a camera in hand? This is hard enough. I'm just doing it to test the lens, I swear. Autofocus though, pretty good, right? The 10-24, I'm just going to keep showing you really impressive landscapes so you think it's all about the lens, but you know, it's actually just because we're in another national park. This lens is great for big, establishing wides, like the ones you're seeing now. But on its longer end, can handle medium shots too, no problem. Most of the time for me though, it's all the way zoomed out. If you're thinking of bringing it hiking or looking for more unique perspectives, it really is a great all-around range. And it was my go-to for all of my time lapses. But that's for another video. I gotta get you to subscribe somehow. Lastly, it took all the required van beauty shots. Just look at this adorable home on wheels. If you liked any of the pictures in this video or my other videos, I finally have a darkroom account set up. I just want to see my photography have more than a digital home. When it comes to massive wides, the 10 is needed. I've talked plenty about how telephoto is my preferred, but when you're somewhere like Firewave and Valley of Fire, state park, not national park, you need the 10mm to capture all the epicness that is these colors and see just the scale of this. The difference is you're able to actually get closer when awesome objects like Yosemite's large cliffs or Grand Escalante at Bryce Canyon are so far away, it's harder to capture it with the wide lens. When you're on top of it, the wide lens is perfect. One more thing, talking about stabilization from these particular clips I picked up at Valley of Fire. While the lens's stabilization, the optical image stabilization, does okay, throw on warp stabilizer at just 20% and you get a totally different level of stabilized footage. This clip, handheld, is okay, but throw on the warp stabilizer and you've got nearly gimbal-like footage, handheld. Technology Team Up. The 10-24 and the 55-200, which I've already made an entirely separate video on, that's all I brought with me on this van life experiment trip. The irony is that I will use the 10-24 more often in my work. However, all my favorite pictures from this trip came from the 55-200. This copy of the 10-24 is great for both photo and video, but Fuji did just announce an update to this lens. It should be out in a matter of weeks and adds one stop of image stabilization and weather sealing. If those aren't like, wow, I need that for you, then you're going to be able to find a great deal on this first version of the lens, likely in one of the upcoming holiday sales. I'll put whatever I find in the link below. Please subscribe. I came all the way out to the desert for 9 days and made a bunch of videos. Subscribe so I have a chance to go do more road trips, make more weird lens review, camera review videos. Thanks for watching. I'm off walking.